Hey guys, Ship Game here. Welcome back to another stream. Back in Doki Doki. Yeah, it's been a while. But yeah. Back in Doki Doki. We continue. I believe Art said there's like 3 chapters. We're in the second one now. Say already died last time. So yeah. It's by the way, Spanx is in the party with me. He's having some issues.
Hola.
You built different. You built like a fish.
I'm
Anyway.
a flounder, actually.
You built like Nemo. You built like Nemo. See an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Bug. The girl is... I'm just gonna say, G. I'm a neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. We started around high school. She would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let G catch up to me. Did it restart? It's an ordinary school day like any other. When they're usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyways. I mean, you never know. School day is as ordinary as ever. It's over, and it's over before you know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding of me to want to deal with it. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Lucky. Monica? Oh my gosh, I totally did not expect to see you here. Been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What do you come here for anyways? Oh, I've just been looking around for supplies for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics run the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. The literature club. Literature. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Lucky. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Really? Please, what am I reading? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, Lucky, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Nah. You built different. You sus. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Lucky. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. This is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears completely more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. It's nice to meet both of you. So I ran to Lucky in the classroom and decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Lucky? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki are across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Eh, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. With tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Saki, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind these is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I wrote a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Right, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, it's just Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gave you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reasons or reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically to Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Um, ah, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to start participating in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to new neuter the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, seems like a good step for us. Do you agree as well, Lucky? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've agreed, now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I said one of the clubs to look at and lose my train of thought. All three girls stared back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry. I thought. Go to exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Lucky. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form a official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one, find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. You know, you would have a 4th member if you didn't kill her off, you know. No cap. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when I'm like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I've decided then. I join a literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Lucky? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just laughed after all this, I would be super pissed. Lucky, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do anything I can to give you a great time, alright? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. My uncle looks over at me once more. Lucky, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. See you tomorrow then. Can't wait. Then I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Yeah, no. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. Huh? So in the second run, Sari legit does not exist anymore. Completely gone. Depression, misery, empty, shame, pain. So going for random things there, but at the end, I decided to go for pain. Hi again, Lucky. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. While I'm back at the literature club, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Your jaw's a little glitchy there, no cap. Thanks for keeping your promise, Lucky. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Make you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it yet. They ain't okay. They ain't okay. Oh, come on. He deserves any slack. You deserve slack. You're floating. As you were white and like a poop green color. You deserve some slack. Yuri's jaws is located half the time, and then Monica, she's just made of cubes at this point. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Excuse me, can you not block the words? Cause I kinda have to read those. Natsuki something something has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga something something in room. Okay. Thank you for moving out the way. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plumps back into her seat. I'm sorry, Lucky. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Wait, what? Nah. I'm good. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. It only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No. It's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. I think I missed the word there. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Not everyone settled in. I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activity for today, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is really buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a little bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided I'll let it go. It's definitely starting... I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. That is weird. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affiliating them to... that might be... That's too much information. Okay. Anyways, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Another thing about the limbs. That's it's too much information. Dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of reading that sort of thing, Lucky? No, it's not that. It's weird. I could definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, totally forgot that Yuri is into these things, or into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. I fucking skipped it. God dang it. Hold up. I need to know what it said. Horrible things happen, not just because anyone wants to be something. Okay. Because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyways. That's one way to view it, buddy. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Well, Guess it's right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. Bruh. She's different. Way different. I don't like it. It's already weird enough before when I cut my finger, she freaking stuck my finger in her mouth. It's even worse. I'd rather have the old one back. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying anything or something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. Oh, you've already talked too much. Really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's... Well, that's true. In fact, might as well get started. I might as well get... You okay there? Yeah. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I step into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue, so you can understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It's like she's reading from my book instead. You built different. You got your own book. Sorry. You need help. You really... Apologize. No, you just need help. I do. I really don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? It's on my desk until it's up against Yuri's. Then I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. I don't like this already. Ray takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn a page, that way I turn a page, Yuri slides it under her thumb as it flips to her side. She said that's a light read. That book looks kinda thick, no cap. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kinda distracting me. You need to get away from her. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page, so I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence, even so turning each page almost feels like a intimate exchange. My thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to the character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says, and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else. Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. You are you feeling right? No, she's not right, and neither are the other ones. We've been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. More than a little fidgety. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing. You put your hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even... Anyways, I'm fine. I just need some water. Right, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the room. What on earth was that about? Lucky? Something happened just now. I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yeah, I don't believe you. You a fish. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shall we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Top to bottom, Tonatsuki was interested in our poems yesterday. Probably only fair if I share mine with her first. What's about what I expected from someone like you? It's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It's just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? How fast? Well, anyways, I guess I need to show you mine. I bet you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. Well, that's about it. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. It's like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what I mean. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Sad the humor at last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Should I show my poem to next? Look at only one other person to show it to. Hi, Lucky. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. You're listening a little too good, and I ain't bringing anything up with you. You built different. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to just share your poem with me? Kinda embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Aha. Don't worry, Lucky. We're all a little embarrassed, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, it's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Lucky. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I mean, I wrote about pain, misery, and like suffering and stuff. As deep as it gets. Cause I underestimate you. That way I always count. I skipped something. God dang it. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. Spending so much time in her own head is probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly a door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We'll start sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm really glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. That's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Let's see. Let's read it then. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at the surroundings, but my burnt eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? Sound of frantically scrawling, playing ticks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Excuse me, what? So what did you think? It's not a freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. That kind of stuff is getting pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems have been put emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you can say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influenced my poems a little bit. Yeah, epiphany, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. It's kinda coming on strongly. Spill the beans! Spill the beans! Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Yeah, right, you're gonna kill everyone, menace. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. I don't like you. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it this way. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Your advice. I don't want your advice. I don't want to listen to you. Leave me alone. Who should I show my poems next? Yuri. Yuri reads the poem and notice your eyes lighting up. Exceptional. What was that? Say that out loud. Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. Yuri didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That, I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use your imagery and metaphors indicating you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly. Looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri shows up unable to find an excuse. Traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. When she finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but if you come up with practice, it all comes to practice, learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? When I can't read anything. It must be this one. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. Blue-green hue of the future, I bathe, calm. Breathing air the present, but living in the past. The light tickles. I flicker back. I'm so confused. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. What took you a long time to read? Because I can't read. Well, just don't read the script very often. Exactly! Even I know how I be. I actually think my handwriting is pretty. I mean, it's cool, but even I know how I be. I don't like it. That's so really. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm very glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little bit more mild. Something easy to digest. Wait, so if it wasn't mild, it would be someone dying or something? Are you the ghost? Ha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Lucky. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, living it in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. It is soon to be left with nothing. That's more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so, nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Bucky. Yeah, no. Me too. No. So I partially know myself, partially don't know myself. I guess that's everyone. Can turn the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Another thing I noticed is the music's being weird. I think. Kind of like the music gets distorted every like once in a while. It'll sound normal, and every once in a while, it like kind of gets distorted. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. Yeah, if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I mean, my poem is probably better than Natsuki's, but I don't even know what I wrote. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across from Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of them express change. Natsuki eyes furrow in frustration, while Yuri sadly smells salad. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. I mean, you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Lucky did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Lucky liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member. It's not what you stand up as well. Maybe it's just that Lucky appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would literally go out my way and make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose melons magically grew a size bigger as soon as Lucky started showing. Natsuki, that's little. This doesn't involve you taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking. You wanna edgy? Huh? Edgy? Sorry. That, my lifestyle is too much for someone with a mental age to comprehend. See? This ain't right! Why people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only key thing about you is how hard you try. Oh, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. My bad, you already do, don't you? Did you accuse me of cutting myself? What the hell is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let me hear anything you really think. I'm sure he will be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turned towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Lucky? She's trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it. The hell did that even say? Yuri. Yuri! Huh? This ain't cool, Chief. Yuri. What are you doing? I don't like you. Please get off my screen. I truly do not like you. Please leave my screen. There's problems happening. And, you need to get off the screen. What are you doing? Move! Woman. Hey, Lucky. Well, let me step outside for a little bit. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some present. You are actually both different. Can't even confront my club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put a foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if it makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. Be happy to spend time with you instead. You actually built different. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Lucky? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with everyone. No, you didn't mean it. Besides, Natsuki will forget all about it tomorrow. Completely. And leave the meeting is over so you can go home if you want. He looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I have to stay a little longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. Wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kinda sound like you don't want me to be around for something. Yeah, I don't want to be around either. It's not that. It's not that. It's just, I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Lucky. I would just, it would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Excuse me, what? Buddy, that ain't cool. Alright. I strongly dislike you. I'm gonna go check some stuff. I strongly dislike her. I liked her at first, but I don't like her. She... Secrets. Hmm. I got my music. I'll look at that later. Can you hear me? The little devil inside all of us. With their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a withering, twisting mess of dread. Loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all fashioned to escape the feeble hold of their hosts, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire into their stomach, forces them to drown their guilt in comfort food or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new skirt. So that deplorable tangled mess is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Ooh. Deep. This area is just gone. She never existed anymore. She doesn't exist anymore anyways. Huh. Not the best. Not the best. You're really freaking built different. I need WR attempts. The hell are you? Hold on, guys. I want to see what this trophy is about. Write a poem in 20 seconds or less. Wow, thanks. That's amazing. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Got a little more comfortable. Enter the club room. The usual scene greets me. You're kind of split. You need help. Your front half's still there, and you ain't talking. Hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's your expression. Wave yesterday's coral still hangs in the air a little bit. Now you're there. Huh? You're glanced over his shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading a manga at the desk, and surprisingly Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly Yuri takes her arm and pulls me to a corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, happy that you were considerate and apologize, but you don't have to worry too much. Even though I only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. Whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. Yuri had decided that there's no way that you can be a bad person. Now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Lucky. Don't say those kind of things so frankly. It made me feel a little too happy. I'm really glad you're such a understanding person. I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter, but with you around and Say, what am I saying right now? I just... Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she is. I mean, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez. This isn't like her at all. No, it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you both looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. I do my best as I do my best to try to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what are you talking about? Did something happen yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. I go AFK. I am back. Alright. Whatever is on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyways. If it helped you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still a child, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyways? Last period. My last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. Would have heard the bells ringing at least. Was not heard them since I was practicing piano. Piano? Wasn't aware you played music as well. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Oh well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometimes. Monica looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. Look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Lucky. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyways. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up the thing about the thing that the three of us talked about, since Natsuki had already run off into the closet. Lucky, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I'd wonder if you would like to spend time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I plan on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. I actually have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there is one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to a closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a water filter inside. Can you hold this for a sec? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and fetches a electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, so I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerism, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be back. I may as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. I won't take that long. Picture in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like last time. She's gonna fill up water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up. I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. Most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. Start heading down the hallway. Huh. What's that noise? Coming from around the corner. Sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach a corner and peer around it. Yuri? Huh? Just send me to a mental asylum already, please. I don't want to deal with this. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Lucky, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. Really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Yeah. I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, we'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. With surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you notice, I was doing a bit of thinking, so that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Yeah, no, stay away from me. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, okay? It's very endearing. Yeah. You and your heavy breathing self singing always for 10 goddamn minutes. Where's the hall monitor? The hell? Hell is a school. Why didn't she have someone wrong there? Where's your pass? That Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Lucky, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? And what's that? It's a little easier on my back. I could read my back against the wall rather than bending over at the desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? Wonder why that is. Most likely because your posture, right? You're always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. Good. I'll go ahead and get the book. Retrieve the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go with the tea. Yuri and I sit together on the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? It was always kinda cute, but When she's less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it my hand that's not holding the book. I end in a position that makes it even harder to focus. That I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little, put the teacup between my legs, and fumble with the chocolate wrapping. Sorry. Before I let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I may get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it. I swear, you better not say I have to feed you. My bad. I need to apologize. I hold the book, alright? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opened the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading with it, or reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is Ray totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. Doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. Oh, this is built different. But that means I can't stop here. Oh my god, no. I apprehensively placed the chocolate in her mouth. That Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri.
Sus!
It is sus! Ah! Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Okay, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't, Lucky. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Lucky? My heart won't stop pounding. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Lucky? Yuri presses my hand against her chest. Why is it so dark? Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. You ain't okay. This ain't Gucci. Why did you tell me to buy this game? Oh. It's time to share poems. This game's freaking built different. Oh my god. I can't believe you made me freaking buy this game. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. But I can't really say it's any better either. Phew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait. Maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizing my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something telling me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been like spending time with her or whatever, but you know, Monica are just as good as her at poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something or you'll never get better. Hey, here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. Heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really badly. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talked about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? Quite a bit longer than yesterday. Yesterday was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is a ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people found out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Well, that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone? It makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. There's two of the girls in this very club, who I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess, thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so whatever. We're done sharing, so you can leave now. You built different. Should I do that poem? Next. Yuri, we're waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. If you smile and take a deep breath. It's like just holding it. The poem turned out good. It's, well, there's some things that you had to work on. That doesn't really matter. It feels like anything running by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's a poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. Something turning. Wheel. Axle grinding. It's a whole essay, not a freaking poem. Something kaleidoscope of blood running clocks. What the hell? Sky exploding stars. God disapproving the existence of God. Huh? Oh, we're rotating in 6 dimensions. 4 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. Hold up. Hey, Doc Ship. I'm so confused. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. Why? A parabolic gearboy. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. What the hell is this? Breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayers, breathing sky, breathing wheel. I breathe wheels for a living. uh, doesn't really matter what it's about. Mine has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. Uh, that is a pen fell out of your backpack, I say, so I took it home for safekeeping, and um, really liked the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it. Now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just? Can we pretend this conversation never happened? We can keep the poem though. Monica. Okay, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. Yeah, it's you. Don't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. Getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. Too dangerous for me to stay in this club with you. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. When you get too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Huh? Isn't that? She didn't bring the different one to school every day. Like she has a collection. Yeah, I found it out last time before you got Sayuri killed. She loves knives. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. It's just she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be a sexual. Yeah, no, I don't think so. The point is, you kind of been enabling her. Huh? That ain't your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. Yeah, no. Go die in a hole. To put it lightly, I have at least have to, together in the head, know how to treat my club members. Yeah, right. You got one of them killed last time. What do you mean? She doesn't even exist anymore. It's a great club president right there. Best in the world. Probably even better than Donald Trump and Joe Biden. But anyway, you want to read my poem now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Yeah, no, go die. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and there's some letters missing from this. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on the breathing rib cage. And let's just delete her. Bruh. Yuri's gonna die. Why can't Monica just die already? She's the problem here. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. Just trying to, well, never mind. No point in explaining it. Anyway, here's Monica is writing typically. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that situation happens, don't forget to save your game. Difficult decision I have. Speaking of you staying in this club, no, you never know when who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. That's my advice for today. Yeah, shut your face. I'm off the special poem. And dream, I was staying over at a friend's place. There were four of us. Drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking, watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke. Everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was a noise that woke me up. Wondering who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Huh. Series ghost. Oogly boogly. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come set table in front. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? Then we can plan things together in just a few days. Well, we just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. It's a concern of mine too. I don't really do well at last minute preparations. So I guess I can see that around the time that the festival takes place is around the time that people die. Because Monica hasn't died yet. She needs to die. Can't just ask Yuri for a knife so I can kill Monica. She's the threat here. The biggest threat of everyone here. Don't worry too much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, now everyone has a little more lively ever since Lucky joined, and we've started with some club activities. This isn't the time for us to become complacent. We only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about new members anyways? We already have enough to be considered an official club. Yeah, right, Tricking. Yeah, Monica's gonna kill everyone. Remember, this mean everything gets noisier and more difficult. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as possible to inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Lucky? Oh, come on. Can't take advantage of Lucky to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Lucky joined. As for me, I just like it better than I do at home. Lucky isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're present all, but you should really consider our options for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Lucky want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation, no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that against getting new members or anything. Lucky, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyways? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now have you done it, Natsuki? What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that way for me? There aren't that many places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No. Lucky. It's not the same. It won't be the same after the direction she wants to take it. If she wants that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one. I mean, at least for a little bit of time. Things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have a opinion on the festival? I don't know. Kinda indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? Bruh. I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Is she crying tears or did she stab her eye? Huh? Do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Lucky? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. Then the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else, I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making a literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your own comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. So I'll go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. Look forward to it. Shall we go, Lucky? Please don't take the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Lucky before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to see me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Hold on, guys. I'll be back. Sorry, guys. Alright. I must feel think I accidentally clicked the button, but yeah. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Okay, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time here at this club. Would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of responsible for that as president. But I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. See, that's a cue for me to save and be ready for someone to die. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, Yuri being a little bit, sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, it has technically only been a couple days, so I didn't mean to say anything weird. There's just a couple of things I've been hoping to talk to you about with. Things I know only you could understand. Wait, not yet. No, stop. Wait, is she not the bad one? Huh? I don't understand this one bit. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, save this here, and I'm gonna end the stream. End the stream here. So yeah. First, I wanna check some things. Pictures. I'm gonna go back to the files real quick. See if we got anything else. Let's see. Ddlc selects 3 random special poems to appear when it is started for the first time. It said former locations I haven't seen for backgrounds anyways. And some sketches and promos. That looks like that's all of that. I hate this. I can't do anything. Nothing. No matter how many times you play, it's all the same. Would be really, really easy to kill myself right now. That would mean I don't get to talk to you anymore. All I want is for you to hate them. Why is that so hard? Uh, just a happy thoughts. Can you hear me? Attributions. Internal. I'm gonna find out what this is all about because internal. It's like I'm guessing it's kind of like a code. So I probably might get a code in game, or I'll probably search it up on my second playthrough. Might do it on stream, or I might not, depending on how it goes. Alright. So I actually looked at everything. And the side stories, which apparently have to do with some story and stuff like that. That is gonna happen after I finish the main game, so yeah. To get all 6 side stories, try winning poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in Ddlc. Wait, there's 6? I only see 4. What do you mean 6? There's only 4 here. Stop the cap. No cap. And there's new songs. Anyways, I'm gonna stop the stream here, guys. If you guys did enjoy it, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next stream. Okay. Yeah. Anyways. Gotcha. Alright. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Bye, guys.